Hello everyone, I'm Anurag Jain, an undergraduate researcher at the Machine Learning Lab, and I'm going to discuss blockchains from the future. What holds for the next generation of blockchains? I'm sure you might have heard of the buzzword blockchain being thrown around a lot these days. But what exactly does blockchain mean for researchers in game theory and mechanism design? At its core, blockchain is nothing but a distributed ledger which is implemented in a very special way using mechanism design. In order to illustrate the novelty that blockchain brings, let me contrast it with fiat currencies. If you take a look at any note, such as this one, you may find inscribed quotes such as I promise to pay the bearer the sum of 500 rupees signed by the governor. Hence, we understand that this note derives its value from a promise made by a central authority. A cryptocurrency, on the other hand, is not guaranteed by any such authority. Instead, it derives its value from decentralized consensus and the belief that the majority of the participants in this consensus mechanism will always behave honestly. And why should we believe that these participants will behave honestly? Is because we offer them a reward for doing so. And this is where mechanism design comes into the picture, which leads us to questions such as what is the best way to reward miners in a blockchain network? Does the reward mechanism have any incentive driven deviations? That is, does it ensure that all the miners will behave honestly? Is the reward mechanism fair? For instance, our work accepted for publication in the AMAS conference analyzes this question of fairness and how these rewards are affected by network conditions. Now, what is seemingly paradoxical about research in blockchains is that practice is way ahead of theory. So, we have open questions about the existing implementations of blockchains such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. For instance, we don't know what will happen to Bitcoin in a future without block reward. We analyzed a few possible issues in our works which were presented in the workshop on game theory in blockchain at Wine 2020 as well as AMAS 2020. And now for what you have been waiting for. As I promised, I present the next generation of blockchains. So, how does the future look like for blockchains? Well, for the widespread adoption of blockchains, we need higher throughput. That is, the blockchain protocol should be able to handle a greater number of transactions per second, faster confirmation of transactions, and improved security. In fact, our work is far from over. Existing protocols suffer from a few limitations, such as they lose security at higher throughputs and they also lose fairness properties at greater throughputs. We explored the latter in greater detail in our work, which is going to be published in AMAS 21. We have also proposed new protocols that are supposed to perform better than the existing ones. We worked on NIMI, which was a joint collaboration between MLL, HKUST, EPFL, and University of Helsinki. We also proposed Ashwachain, which was presented at the workshop on game theory in blockchain at Wine 2020. Thank you for attending my presentation. I look forward to further discussions at the poster.